They weren't that much, so.
I'm really happy that you got me.
I just had to remember what place I had seen them at before.
Was he cheating?
With one of his students. Michael's?
Yeah, Michael's was talking.
I was gonna buy you some, but I didn't know what you wanted. And if I bought the wrong stuff, I felt like I would have been wasting money because you wouldn't have used it.
Well, I'll use whatever's given to me, but a safe bet for what I like to work with is shades of purple, black, blue, green, cool colors. I like working with cool.
Hi there, who's this? Someone just joined. Travel to Solstheim? I feel like I've slaughtered that name.
What
Forsaken. Dawnstar. I like those those glass. Hmm? Gay.
His name is Gay?
No, the previous owners.
We're gay.
Mm-hmm. Why do I have this feeling that Soul Slime is a DLC?
Like, seriously. The fact that you haven't figured that out yet is a very big thing for her.
Captain Gallen does the business around here. I'm just a ship's mate.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore.
Why not?
It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember,
Have you done
was
this
here,
mission?
and they
The
were
soul
gone.
sign mission?
That's not right, losing whole days
Have you?
like that. There's been something
Dragonborn,
strange going on there for a while. But after this,
Soul sign?
I'm done. I'm not
We're
going
gonna-
back to Solstein. I already told you. I'm not going back to Solstein.
That's the one I got from those cultists.
I never ran into the cultists, so of course I can do one of their
No,
quests.
but this is the quest right here. The Dragonborn quest. Travel to Soul Sign.
I don't. I put something
I didn't know it was the main story. I thought it was one of those side quests.
I already told you. I'm not going back to Solstein.
You don't want to walk in the
All right. You have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself.
That's kind of nice. Oh, it's one of the DLCs. I like her as the actress in this show. The girl.
Well, here we are. This is Raven Rock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck.
Going to Raven Rock.
Maybe you can figure out what's going on around
if-
here.
What are you doing here? Adelaide. I put on Dora the Explorer for you so you would sit and watch it. It was good to get to know. I don't like it. Brown cartoon characters, you can't tell they're different. Excuse me.
Yeah, Dragonborn's one of the DLCs.
Your neighbor from next door. This is my girl, Adelaide. Hello.
Alright, let's check it out. I have no clue what I'm doing.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions. Mirak, I'm not sure that I do. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws.
I made
Any
Morrowind.
questions? I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it.
There's still stuff in there. What do you need on the sword shed? What needs to go in?
I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think, but I'm not sure.
I'll put it in there. Just put it on the back porch. After I'm done playing. Before I go to bed, I'll put it in there.
I have to be. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together. I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstheim. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Raven Rock started out as an imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. When House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home. Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors.
It got watered this morning, too.
Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind.
Game?
Nobody seems certain why it happened. Attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives, and many more were exiled from their homeland. Giallan, I was starting to wonder what happened to you.
If it wasn't for the bulwark, we'd be digging our houses out from beneath the ash by now.
Prospecting for ebony? You're wasting it. The mine's as dry as a bone.
Yep.
Here in her shrine,
that they have forgotten,
here do we toil,
that we might remember. Here you remain.
That seems inadvisable. Oh, fascinating. By touching the stone, you appear to have fallen under whatever influence is affecting the others. You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here? Mirror. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. That makes very little sense. Mirak's been dead for thousands of years. I'm not sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there.
Okay.
Building something, clearly, and yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish. Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out. It is the only place where silt striders can be found, although I managed to transplant a few here when I arrived. You are too young to remember the Nerevarine. He defeated Degahur and saved us all from the Blight. Red Mountain dominates the island. Every now and then, ash and debris from an eruption land on our shores. There is the big island of Ardenfell and the coastal mainland. House Telvanni has its properties on Bardenfell. I've never been to the mainland myself.
No.
When the city of Vivek was destroyed, it took decades for us to rebuild. We are still but a shadow of our glorious past, but someday we will rise again.
Open it up. Let our boyfriend in.
The ignorant think it is only a place of ash and flood. It has rolling green plains and swamps and verdant hills, too. It's the homeland of the Dunmer, the lesser races called us Dark Elves. We built great works there, like Vivek and Aldruin. Many of them are destroyed now, either by Red Mountain or the Argonian invasion. That's that, then.
And when the world remembers,
That world will cease to be. When his...
God, another mouth to feed. You picked the wrong town to settle.
Are you going to Michael's?